Hey, Mahal everyone, welcome back again to the Broadway Saiyan YouTube channel. I'm your host 40 and we are back with another video on the global version of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something new for you guys called Team Spotlight, where I'm going to be showcasing a team that I've built up and what the composition is, and as well as what the role of each character is, and then finally kind of just showing off the team for you with a little bit of gameplay, just to show you guys how the team works. So today's Team Spotlight number 1 is going to be on Penelo, Zidane, and Dark Knight Cecil. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to be discussing is each character's role and what they provide to the team. So our first one is Penelo, our heroine from Final Fantasy XII. Her role is support. She provides speed buff 2 to all allies with her great haste. So she influences the turn rate, okay? And what I mean by speed buff 2 is that when you see speed buff 2, it means it's a medium boost to their speed. Okay, she has Regan Waltz, which complements Dark Knight Cecil, as his abilities do require sacrificial HP, and it also adds that survivability for the team as well, in case you guys are getting hit by a lot of HP attacks. She can also act as a secondary DPS. I mean, she does have her regular Brave attack, and she can also be using her HP attack when needed. And then she also has passives, which allow her to gain Brave when certain conditions are met. For example, one of her passives is she gains a little bit of Brave once she uses Great Haste, and another one is whenever an enemy is Brave broken, she gains a little bit of Brave. So that's pretty cool in case, you know, she's going to be busy providing those buffs to your team, you know, so she has a little bit of a way to sustain her Brave in case you're worried about a Brave break on your Penelo. The next member of the team is going to be Final Fantasy IX's hero, Zidane. He is going to be your main DPS, and he is also going to be acting as a speed debuffer. So Stellar Circle 5, we're all familiar with it, is going to be your main Brave Breaker ability and can add a debuff to the enemy speed, and also it has the potential to give Zidane a speed buff 1 to himself. So just in case speed buff 2 wears out from Penelo's Great Haste, Zidane's Stellar Circle 5 has that chance of adding a speed buff 1 to himself. And also with Penelo's Great Haste buff, he can potentially act multiple times before the enemy's turn comes around. And this is not even factoring the delay that Brave Break causes in case, like, you know, Zidane gets a Brave Break off. Because as we know, whenever an enemy unit, or let's say even yourself, is Brave broken, you're delayed a turn, you're set back a turn. So Zidane can effectively, you know, act multiple times before the enemy takes a turn. Free Energy is his other ability. It's a great alternative for an HP attack, and it also has that wording which has high turn rate. So again, after Zidane uses this, he has a chance to act again because of that high turn rate. And again, as mentioned before, both of his abilities have high turn rate, and if you couple that with a speed buff, he's literally going to be running circles around your enemies like he's the Flash. Alright, and the final member of the team is Dark Knight Cecil. His role on this team is going to be a finisher. He's also going to be your secondary DPS and Brave Breaker. So Darkness acts as an aggressive Brave battery, provided that you score multiple Brave breaks. And it does deal a pretty significant amount of Brave damage, especially if there's going to be multiple enemies and he Brave breaks them all. That's a ton of Brave right there. Valiant Blow is a great way to set up chain attacks, as it guarantees a launch, so it's very similar to Cloud's Finishing Touch, except it requires a little bit of HP, but it also has more uses than Finishing Touch, and the best way to use it is to obviously use it during a summon sequence for maximum damage. And because Dark Knight Cecil's Brave breaks quite often, he acts as a finisher with his HP attack, since he does have innately high attack. Now we're going to go ahead and show you a little bit of gameplay for how this team works. So we're over here fighting Chapter 4 Hard Mode, the Iron Giant boss. So we're going to go ahead and get into this battle. So as we can see right here, if I highlight this, it says high turn rate for Zidane's Stellar Circle 5. And it's the same thing with his Free Energies. We're going to go ahead and Stellar Circle. Alright, so we went ahead and effectively set the Iron Giant back a turn, and we got the debuff on him, which is great. Now we're going to go ahead and Great Haste here with Penelo. Alright, and then right here we're just going to go with a regular Brave attack. And then, let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's see what happens if we use Free Energy. Okay, so we're going to Free Energy here. And as you can see right there, because of the speed buff from Penelo, Zidane gets to act again. And then right here, let's go ahead and cast Regan Waltz. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get Valiant Blow off. Alright, and as you can see right there, because we Brave broke him, we're already acting again with Zidane and Penelo. So pretty crazy, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's Free Energy again. Why not? See if we can get that defense debuff. Nope, no defense debuff, but that's okay. And we're gonna go ahead and go with a regular Brave attack. Alright, so he got some of that back. Let's go ahead and let's set him back a turn. See, look how many turns we're taking here from this poor Iron Giant. This Iron Giant is hardly getting a chance to act. Alright, so we have about one turn left with Great Haste. So we're gonna go ahead and just reapply that buff again. Awesome, awesome. And let's go ahead and let's score ourselves another free energy. We're gonna be messing around with this poor Iron Giant here. Alright, so we're running out of Brave here, so okay. And let's just do a regular Brave attack. Should be fine here. And okay, Penelo's being targeted, so Zidane could probably survive that attack. That's fine. We have the Regan. And let's go ahead and land a Valiant Blow here. And as you can see, because we are influencing the speed and the turn rate, a lot of times during that chase sequence, you're going to be able to get all hits off with your characters. We're going to go ahead and use Ifrit. I actually used the wrong summon here. The summon that you should be using with this team, I would definitely go either with Shiva, because Shiva does give a speed buff, or you could also go with either Sylph or Chocobo, because they have a fast cast rate. Alright, we're going to go with Stellar Circle 5. Alright, Penelo. Let's go ahead and Regan Waltz. And then Dark Knight Cecil, we're going to go with that Valiant Blow. It's just so good. Boom. Boom. Alright, let's do that again. Why not? Let's just Stellar Circle 5 again. Sweet. Alright, so he's trying to haste himself, but we're not going to let him take advantage of that. We're going to set him back a turn. And let's go ahead and finish him off with Dark Knight Cecil. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, as you can see right there, this team is really, really effective. It's also really fun. I believe you guys should, give it a try. And you guys can also try to, make this team, with your own characters. Like, I think you could actually use Cloud in a substitute for Dark Knight Cecil, since he does have that paralysis, and he also has his own launcher with a finishing touch. You guys can, kind of mix around and kind of see what you guys can do with this setup. Alright guys, well I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope you guys enjoyed my first team spotlight for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Stay tuned for the next video. I am the Broadway Saiyan, my name is 40, and Mahal everyone.